of possible interest for those who have difficulty sleeping, here's a series of video clips of the locomotives I've built in the last 18 months. Some of them I've actually built more, but I don't want to send you to sleep forever. So the first is yet another DJH one of 20 I've built for Little Bytham, and this is the latest. Lovely kit, great kit. DJH have now sold them all to Ellis Clark, so I hope they'll still be available, but it makes up into a very, very fine model. I don't use RTR, so I'm not even going to compare it with the Bytham one, other than to say this will pull a house brick and the Bytham won't. Powered by DJH's own AM9 big motor and gearbox. A Newcastle V2 on a Comet set of frames, painted in the most exquisite fashion by Ian Rathbone. This has got a DJH motor gearbox as well. Very powerful, very smooth, powered by DJH's, again, the big AM9 motor and gearbox. A full, prototypically length tray, mixture of kit and modified RTR. A Little Engines 047. Now these kits have not been available for quite some time now. However, on eBay and certainly second hand, they can be acquired. They're rather nice. They're perhaps a little old-fashioned, that they're mainly cast metal, but they have an etched nickel-silver chassis and go together very well. This one has markets wheels and a smaller DJH motor. When I say smaller, it's smaller than the big one, but it's just, well, not quite, but almost as powerful, and as you can see here, more than capable of hauling a scale-length tray of mineral wagons. Many of these are built from kits, some of which are white metal, so it's no lightweight. As I say, it goes together very well. It's one of the original 04s that was reboilered by Gresley with a shortened 02 boiler. And I hope a very nice representation of this class. It has to be built because there is no RTR 047. And since I shot the video, it's now been painted. I painted it, and Jeff Haynes will weather it. These were never clean. ProScale A4. A little bit of a fight, but I hope you can see that it makes up very well, especially with Ian Rathbone's peerless painting. This has a Comet set of frames. I don't like ProScales, all sprung, all singing, all dancing, all higgledy-piggledy-wiggledy. But this is very powerful. It's packed with lead. It looks like an A4. And metal, to me, always represents metal better than anything else, especially sheet metal. And here she is, Dominion of Canada, on the Flying Scotsman. This too has a big DJH motor gearbox combination. A ProScale B1. Well, mainly ProScale except once more Comet frames. Small DJH motor gearbox combination, and to speed things up, a Bytham V2 tender body. Don't worry because it's in green. It'll be painted black. by Jeff Haynes. Powerful, reliable, smooth. You have to do a bit of fighting to get this Pro Scale B1. The boiler's horrid. It's too long and it's too fat, but with a razor saw and a dictionary of very, very, very bad language, I've managed to succeed. Very powerful, and the train, a mixture of lots of kit built and some modified proprietary. Amazingly, 1 or 2 built by me. London Road Models Edge Brass D2, the last saturated D2. An exquisite kit, beautiful to build. A nice runner, once more markets DJH. In this case I painted it and Jeff Haynes weathered it, and it's working out its days, as some of the class did, on the Midland and Great Northern. An old Newcastle K2, but not old enough to have the nasty white metal chassis. This has a brass chassis. Once again, DJH gearbox combination, motor gearbox. Sweet runner, K2s, common on the M and GN. This is representative of early BR days. Painting by me, weathering by Jeff Haynes. Coach is a mixture of kit builds. Very grubby. Early 1950s. The M and GN bit on my train set is representative of the last decade of the line's existence. So I get away with this type of locomotive in early British Railways livery. Little Engines J11. Again, unavailable now, but readily available second-hand or on eBay. Markets wheels, or Romford Markets wheels. In this case, it's got a Comet motor gearbox, Comet Cannon motor gearbox combination. Very sweet, easy to put together. The DJH gearboxes, motor and gearboxes, come ready assembled, but you have to build the Comet one, but it isn't a problem. It goes together beautifully. And, as I hope you can see in this little video, it really is smooth, quiet, sweet, powerful too. Would a Gorton allocated J11 ever be seen on a stopper at Little Bytham? Highly unlikely. When I saw this engine, it must have been the real one. It must have been between Chester and Manchester on the CLC. I build models of what I remember, of what I saw. I look at my old crumbling, nearly 70-year-old Ian Allen ABC combine volume, and where it's underlined by the hands of a grubby schoolboy or young schoolboy, I know I've seen it. And it passes into history. It's running here, of course, not long after I built it, but it's subsequently been painted by me and will be eventually weathered by Jeff Haynes. We help each other. It's one of the wonders of this hobby, friendship. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this modest presentation, and thanks once more to my dear friend Chris Walsh for putting it all together.